Welcome back to the Dinar Chronicle, your trusted source for breaking updates, in-depth financial insights, and the latest alerts on global currency revaluation developments. If you're holding Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong, pay very close attention. What we're about to discuss could be the most important 60 seconds of your financial life. For months, some would even say years, investors, currency holders, and insiders have been watching closely, waiting for a confirmed process to initiate exchange appointments. Today, we can finally say with a high degree of urgency and confidence, the process has begun. Whether you're in the United States, Canada, Europe, or the Middle East, individuals are now being directed toward verified steps to officially schedule their exchange of IQD and VND holdings, according to multiple credible reports and communications from Tier 1 banking institutions. Including but not limited to Chase, Wells Fargo, and Citibank, the booking mechanism for your Dinar and Dong exchange is now live. This is not speculation. We're hearing from people who have already taken the steps and received confirmation emails or texts with follow-up instructions. While the process may vary slightly depending on your location and banking partner, the fundamental principle remains the same. The appointment scheduling interface is active and functioning. Let's break down what that looks like and how you can act immediately within 60 seconds to ensure you're not left behind in the first wave of conversions. The portal you will be using is not just a generic bank website or app. In fact, a specific internal digital scheduling system has been created to handle the volume and sensitivity of this transaction. Sources within private banking divisions have confirmed that access codes are being issued by regional financial advisors or wealth management representatives. If you're not already working with one, now is the time to initiate that contact. You must request to be added to the currency exchange list, a term which is being quietly used behind closed doors. Once your name is verified against your KYC, Know Your Customer, profile and your holding amount is disclosed, you'll be sent a private appointment link. This is typically delivered via encrypted email or through secure text messaging platforms used by banks. Once you receive that link, time is of the essence. You will need to select your nearest regional banking center equipped to handle foreign currency revaluation, confirm your identity using dual-factor verification, usually a mix of ID, phone confirmation, and existing bank login, and then select a 15-minute window from available slots. These time slots are expected to fill up quickly. Banks have been instructed to limit daily exchanges in order to ensure full compliance with international liquidity management protocols. That means you may be looking at a delay of days, possibly even weeks, if you don't act immediately upon receiving your invitation link. We've confirmed from multiple regional reports, particularly in Texas, Florida, and California, that the Chase Private Client Division has already begun onboarding high-value clients for exchange. In some cases, they've conducted soft verification via video calls prior to the actual in-person appointment. Those calls are designed to confirm your preparedness, meaning your physical notes are authentic, documented, and sorted, your government-issued ID matches the bank records, and that you understand the protocols of the non-disclosure agreement, NDA, many clients are being required to sign. This NDA prohibits disclosing your rate, the date of your appointment, and any personal terms agreed upon during the negotiation of your exchange rate. It's also important to note that depending on your banking level, whether you're a retail client, a private client, or part of an elite tier like JP Morgan Reserve, you may receive different instructions or booking access timelines. Those in higher financial brackets have reportedly been given faster appointment confirmations due to their pre-existing wealth management status and account balances. However, that does not mean average currency holders are being excluded. In fact, some smaller regional banks have partnered with Tier 1 institutions to offer third-party verification appointments where they will conduct initial vetting before forwarding you to the main exchange center. If you're not currently tied to a major bank, the next 60 seconds are still critical. You can begin by calling your bank's wealth management division directly and asking if they're participating in the IQD and VND revaluation process. Be firm but professional. Use terminology they recognize. Ask about foreign currency redemption. Under Basel IV compliance, ask about Tier 4B appointments and ask if the bank has received updated memos from the Federal Reserve regarding digital currency handling for high-volume exchanges. We've heard of several successful appointments being booked simply because the client was educated enough to ask the right questions at the right time. Now let's discuss verification. Your notes will be tested using Dinar currency verification. Scanners. These machines are designed to authenticate watermarking, embedded security threads, color-shifting ink, and serial number sequences. You will be asked to present your notes in a specific denomination order, larger denominations on top, sorted by issuing year. Any counterfeit or damaged notes will immediately disqualify your bundle. We've also confirmed from banking insiders that all notes must be uncirculated or lightly circulated. Otherwise, they may be subjected to delayed verification or even rejected. Once your currency is authenticated, a tiered rate offer is typically presented. This is a one-time opportunity to negotiate a higher-than-market rate based on your total holdings, loyalty with the bank, and sometimes even your stated intentions for the use of proceeds. Many banks are now asking for a general financial plan or post-exchange intention, especially if the rate you are requesting is above the public rate. Be prepared to speak clearly, confidently, and with purpose, saying you're reinvesting. In community development, veteran housing, or infrastructure can weigh positively in your negotiations. Following the rate agreement, funds will be temporarily placed in a restricted digital escrow account, most commonly through bank-issued token systems or smart contract-secured platforms. These funds will not be available for withdrawal until full audit clearance is issued, which can take anywhere from 24 hours to 7 business days, depending on the institution. You will, however, receive a certificate of deposit or temporary receipt, confirming the exchange rate and USD equivalent amount pending release. Some banks are also offering partial liquidity immediately, up to 10% of total value. If your documentation is fully in order and your account is enrolled in advanced financial compliance systems. It's worth noting that several banks have partnered with cybersecurity firms to ensure the appointment links, rate information, and personal data remain tamper-proof. You may be asked to download a secure app or enable biometric login during the booking or follow-up process. This level of digital infrastructure suggests the scale of the revaluation operation is far beyond what many initially believed. Some insiders suggest this rollout has been quietly coordinated with Treasury-level oversight and possibly even cooperation with international institutions like the IMF and BIS. Internationally, we're now seeing mirrored procedures in Canada, Australia, the UK, and Germany. HSBC Private Bank has begun issuing discrete advisories to select clients in London, while Deutsche Bank is preparing to verify bulk holders in Frankfurt. In Canada, the Royal Bank is reportedly onboarding clients who have provided prior disclosure of their holdings through certified foreign asset declarations. This move implies a global synchronization effort, one that reflects months, if not years, of planning. The 60-second mark for you begins now. Open your bank app. Look for private client messaging. If nothing is there, call your branch. If your branch is unaware, ask to speak with the foreign currency department or the regional private banker. Mention the currency codes, IQD and VND. Do not ask generic questions. Be specific. Ask if they are processing Basel IV currency redemption under Tier 4B protocols. If you are told that the bank is unaware of such developments, do not panic. Instead, request to have your name added to their callback list and log the name of the person you spoke with. Then move on to your next institution. The process is real. The bookings are happening. People are walking into secure exchange locations, escorted by financial specialists and walking out with signed documentation of life-changing value. Do not delay. Those who have taken the right steps in a timely manner are now receiving confirmations. We have even seen reports of same-day appointments being issued in smaller cities where demand was lower. That window is closing rapidly. And finally, a brief but important note. While many of the confirmations and procedures outlined in this report are based on direct testimonials, internal documents, and corroborated financial trends, it must be emphasized that the global revaluation of currencies, including the IQD and VND, remains subject to government policy, banking institution discretion, and macroeconomic conditions. Therefore, some elements of this report may be speculative in nature and are presented for informational purposes only. Always verify details directly with your financial advisor or banking institution.